channel. Today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. So first I'm starting off with the Pixie Glow Mist, just to kind of add some hydration to my skin. Then I'm going in with one of my favorite primers. It's the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I love this one because it adds electrolytes to the skin and just helps your skin look really nice and replenished. It also smooths out the skin so you have a nice base for your foundation. For foundations, I'm going in with the CoverGirl Vital Elixir foundation. I really like this foundation because it's more of a medium coverage. It has a natural finish and it also has SPF in it, which I love because then it'll give my skin a little bit of protection from the sun. So I'm just going in and dabbing it all over my face, and then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and just blend it all in. Once it's all blended in, then I'm going to go in with a concealer. I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It's one of my favorites, and I'm just going to put it under my eyes to get rid of any darkness. And then I'm going to put a little bit up onto my forehead and the bridge of my nose just to help kind of highlight some areas. And then once I have it where I want it, I'm going to take that beauty sponge again and just make sure it's all nice and blended. Once it's all nice and blended, I'm going to go in and set my concealer. To do that, I'm going to use the Katv Von D setting powder. I really like this powder because it's nice and finely milled, so it doesn't look cakey underneath my eyes. So I'm just taking it on a small brush and just lightly dusting where I put my concealer. So under the eyes and then a little bit around the nose and on the forehead and chin as well. To bronze up the skin, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronzer. I love this bronzer because it has a little bit of a natural glow to it, which gives your skin a nice kind of sun-kissed appearance. So I'm just taking it on a big fluffy brush and I'm just kind of putting it on the perimeter of my face. So the forehead, the cheeks, and then I also go and bring a little bit down onto my neck as well, just to make sure that my foundation is nice and blended and everything looks kind of nice and the same shade. Next I'm going to go in and do a little bit of contour and highlight action. So I'm going to take a lighter shade from the palette. That's the Katv Von D Shade and Light palette. So I'm taking that lighter color and just putting it underneath the eyes just to kind of help brighten it up a bit more. Then I'm going to go in and take the two kind of middle cool shade tones and use that to do a little bit of contouring. I don't do contouring every day, but I definitely find that it does help my face have a little bit more shape and look a little bit more defined. So I'm just taking it on kind of like a tapered brush and just putting it along my cheekbones, a little bit up onto my forehead, and then down onto my jaw as well. If you want, I can do a more in-depth contour and highlight video. Now I'm going in with one of my favorite blushes. This is Melba, I believe, by MAC. I'll have all the products listed down below. And I'm just adding it on the apples of my cheeks and then just kind of blending it backwards and just making sure everything's nice and blended and there's no harsh lines or anything like that. So I went and quickly did my brows off camera, and now I'm going to use that Shade and Light contour palette, but on my eyes this time. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to go and grab an eyeshadow palette, so I like to just use what's in front of me. So I'm taking that kind of medium tone brown shade and putting it on my crease. So I'm just kind of using windshield wiper motions back and forth to kind of define my crease in the outer corner. And then I'm going to take the kind of peachy shade that's in there and use it on a bigger fluffy brush, and I'm just going to help blend that out. So I'm just kind of going right above that darker brown shade and just kind of making sure that there's no harsh lines and that everything is blended really nice and seamlessly. So once I have it blended out the way I want it, I'm going to go and deepen it up a bit. So I'm taking the deepest brown color in that palette and taking it on a bit of a defined fluffy brush and just using it on the outside corners and in the crease of my eye. So I'm just taking it and blending it kind of inwards but still focusing on the outer half of my eye. So I definitely don't use eyeshadow every single day, but I like this look because it still gives my eyes something without being too dramatic, and it's just nice and easy for everyday wear. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take that big fluffy brush and just make sure it's blended out one more time. Then I'm going to go in with this, it's actually a highlighter. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, which I'll be using on my cheeks in a bit. but I'm going to use it on my eyelid just to give my eyes a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of a glow. So I'm just taking it on a flat brush and just kind of packing it on my eyelid, and then I'm going to just take the other end of the brush and just fluff it out and blend it so there's no lines or anything like that. Now I'm going to take that deep brown color again and just apply it onto my lower lash line using a pencil brush. This is just going to kind of define my eyes a bit and give it a bit more of like a smoky appearance. So I'm just focusing it on the outer corner of the lash line and then just bringing a little bit of it in. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush this time with kind of that peachy shade tone that I used as my transition shade. And I'm going to use it on my lower lash line just to help blend things out and make it not as harsh and a bit more appropriate for like everyday wear. So next I'm going to go in with one of my favorite liquid liners. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. For me personally, I love to do a wing. It's just kind of become my everyday go-to look. So I'm just doing a little bit of a wing here. I know wings can be a little bit tricky for some people, so if you want, I can do a more in-depth tutorial on how I do my winged liquid liner. So I just went through on some mascara, and now I'm going to go in and use that highlight again, but this time on my cheekbones. So I'm just using it on a fluffy eyeshadow brush actually, and I'm applying it on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, and I just love the glow that this gives my skin. After I apply it with a brush, I go in with my dampened beauty sponge again, and I just go and lightly pat it out just to give it more of a skin-like appearance so it doesn't look so powdery. I find it gives a nice like glow from within look. Then I'm just adding a little bit more blush to my look. And lastly, I'm just going to top this look off with a little bit of lip gloss. Day to day, I'm not a huge lipstick fan, so I usually choose just kind of like a nudie pink gloss. And last but not least, I'm going to go in with that Pixie Glow Spray one more time, and I'm just going to use it to set my makeup and just give my face just a nice glow. So there you have it. There's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.